It's going to be a nice show. It's going to be a fun time. I want to introduce the guys that are going to be playing. Arlan Feiles is coming. The piano man. Great guy.
You did say you were going to screw it up.
Because I always call you Feiles, because you're fearless. That's why. See, that's how that happens. So this is Arlan. You guys know Arlan at all? Have you heard of Arlan before? Have you heard of him? You're going to hear a great guy tonight. Great music. And then, obviously, the legendary Mr. Soul of the Jersey Shore. Where is he? Right here. Mr. J.T. Bowen is in the house. Thank you. This guy always dresses so good. Always makes us look like slobs up here.
How's everybody doing?
All right.
Wow, this is like in my living room. I pictured this in my mind, so this is great.
You got this many folk living with you over there?
Well, don't say you want to be in somebody's living room because James Casserly will have you at his house tonight.
We'll go. Not tonight, though.
But anyway, we got some questions to ask these guys. And, oh, by the way, you guys can use my reserved seat over there. That's fine. Don't worry.
I thought it was Fred's seat.
That's what he told you.
So, I wanted to ask Arlan, what was your introduction to music?
Well, my family... Here, let me get on this microphone, I'm sorry. My family had a terrific tradition of getting around the piano when I was a kid and opening up the 70s songbook, 60s, 70s, you know, the big old books, you know, it's got every song, and Love Potion #9.
It's the good music.
And yes, yeah, the Beatles, and the Carpenters, and Simon and Garfunkel. And those are the songs that, you know, defined my experience as a young man and learning how to sing and then play them via my father, who was a terrific piano player. He taught me how to cheat and play the chords instead of, so I could sing along, because I wanted to sing along. You know? And he taught me Yesterday by the Beatles.
So you're a better singer or a better piano player? Tough question. Right?
Me? I'm not so great at it either. I keep practicing. But yeah, my father and my mother, terrific voice, and you know, my older brother and I, and the four of us, we used to get around the piano and sing songs, and we'd video it, and then we'd go back and watch the video and play it real fast, so we all sounded like chipmunks. The old high 8, you know. And and it becomes party. You know, it doesn't stop.
Sure. When you get the bug, man, you can't get it out of you. You just try to sit home at night, and you're like, on a night, and you're just like, I got to do something. So
Yeah.
always have an instrument. I can tell you that. Always play an instrument because it keeps you grounded.
It does.
The big man here. What was your first intro to music?
Gospel. My stepfather, God bless him, he was in the gospel. My stepmom, I hate to call it that stepmom. My mom, lady that raised me, she was into blues and jazz. Cousin Fitzgerald, people like that. My father was into James Cleveland, all the gospel stuff. And that's where I started in the church. Still in the church, praise God.
Yes. But how did you transition from gospel into what you're doing now? Just the times, or it was the music, that music got to you? Or?
Yeah, it was a feeling music. The gospel is part of the feeling. Same thing with R&B, rock and roll. All music should be part, I think, should be part of a feeling. The Beatles, they had a feel. Mm-hmm. So it's about a inner thing, what you feel. So that's what I'm into. And right now, Arlan and I are doing a new project. and I met him about a year ago. I don't know if he was going to ask. Was you going to ask that?
I was going to ask that.
Okay,
but
well,
that's-
I'm just having
he always
Moving it
takes
along.
over. You don't even have to say anything. Once you start
Front
talking,
man.
he just keeps
Front
going.
man.
Just keep going.
No, well, we met about a year ago, and I've been hearing a lot about this guy. He's a writer, a good writer, great writer. I said, well, one day I hope to meet him. So last year, around this time, we was at the Strand, and he was on the bill. So I had the opportunity to talk to him, and we met, and you'll be hearing some of what we're doing anyway.
Well, I met Arlan about 10 years ago, I guess, right?
He's about to-
And he just blew me away. His charisma on stage, his playing, his the songs were just just something you never heard around Asbury that much that back then, because everything's like, I have a band and it's all horn oriented, and we're trying to keep that alive. You know, we're one of the few bands that are trying to do that. Unfortunately, it might be a dying breed, but the music that's coming up is fantastic also. I'm not going to say it's not. There's fantastic young players. But when I met him and heard him, I was like, this is something different. This is a new wave of guys coming in and girls coming in and doing some new stuff. And it's been an honor to know him and a pleasure to play with him every now and then. But and this man right here, I've known since 1980. And, it's too long. I hate to even say that word.
No, it's good. It's good. We're still here, man.
Yeah, we're still doing
We're
it
still
too,
here.
so
That's a
that's a
blessing.
good thing, But so what was your first paying gig? Let me ask you that one.
Oh my God.
Are you getting paid still?
I've never been paid.
I was going to say, I don't think anyone's make money.
They all generally cost more than you get. My first paying gig, I grew up in Los Angeles, and I went to the LA County High School for the Arts. And there were some TV people that came through. This was 1987. And,
Those always said they went 1980.
I was a senior in high school. And the TV folk came by. They were looking for young, talented musicians to audition for Star Search with Ed McMahon. The first Star Search. I won't say the real one, but the first Star Search. And a bunch of the kids from the music department auditioned, and they chose me. And that year I was competing as a teen vocal category.
Can we see that on video?
You might have to dig a while, but potentially yes.
Like Star Search Volume 1?
Yeah, I heard it's out there. I'm not going to help anybody find it.
Everybody be showing up with T-shirts with your picture from 1987.
Yes. Against all advice, I performed an original piece of music. They told me I would lose if I did, and I lost. But the royalties from doing an original song on Star Search back then bought me my first car.
Really?
And my first piano. Yeah. So that was,
Without
and
piano.
that was, and I've not been paid that well since. All right. That's it. Do your thing, man. Just, follow your heart. I decided that, this was my chance. There was 18 million viewers, and I said, you know what? I could get in front of them, and I can croon, and I can, put on a show. But even at that age, I thought that it was far more important for me to deliver myself and to share an idea and a feeling, an idea that I stand by today. I don't, if you've seen me perform, I'm very unlikely to do a cover song for you. I do on occasion, but I like to share my thoughts with you. So that was the decision I made, and yeah, it cost me.
You're still doing it, man, so
Yeah.
that's a good thing. And your first paying gig, how old were you? And
Why you have to put that in?
1985.
I'm sitting here thinking about now, how can I do this without letting people know how old I am. I'm proud of how old I am, really. But
Well, you could have been 3.
No, I was a little younger than that. It was in 1960, and I got with a bunch of older guys, and they were doing bar gigs. And I went out and played with them. I made $5. So I know that. I don't know. I have no idea. Probably bought some candy or something. But yeah, I remember those days.
A lot of candy back.
And we had a manager though. He was cool. He was working the door, but he got drunk. You know, so when we got there, man, there was no money. You know? We were putting the money in, they taking it out. So it was they call it chitlin circuit.
And where were you?
In Maryland, Christopher, Maryland, on the Eastern Shore. So and when I had the opportunity to go to Delaware, Virginia, you know. So
How was the music scene back then?
plentiful. A lot of good R&B. Met some good people. Clarence, number one, back there. He was going to Maryland State College, and I was going to high school. So, but it was some good music. Matter of fact, I'm doing some today of the same stuff that I did back then.
Wow.
So it's good, yeah. People like it, so it's a blessing.
Listen, man, good music is good music, right? I mean,
Good music lasts.
that's right. So you got paid $5. You don't know what you did with the money.
No.
You didn't get a bus ticket to Asbury Park.
No, but it was probably in my mind. Got to get out of here, you know.
So what do you think of the music scene in Asbury?
I think right now it's absolutely terrific. When I first started playing the Asbury scene, just after, that was probably around 2002, I met my wife in New York. She's a Jersey girl, and I became a Jersey guy.
You're a lucky man.
Yeah. And so I started playing in the Asbury Park area, and a lot of great songwriters, terrific songwriters. Not a lot of players. Now, like the guys you were hanging out with and JT, a lot of great players. But like the young crowd that was going on at that time, younger, there wasn't a lot of great musicians. And, you know, coming out of, you know, the Arts High School and Berkeley School of Music, I was always used to playing with great players. You know, even as just a songwriter, I expected my bass player to play gospel and jazz and rock and like know his way around an instrument, not just a, you know, downstroke on a bass, you know, 4 chords. I like to bring more to the music. But in the last 10 years, we've got just a tremendous amount of amazing musicians. That, you know, the musicians that make up the Remember Jones Band and the Shady Street Band, and these are bands, the young bands, horn-driven. You know, like you were talking about, they're bringing that traditional Jersey Shore sound with a lot of nuance and a lot of modern nuance, and just terrific musicians, terrific singers. It's really exciting. Danny Clinch Gallery has become kind of the new hub for a lot of the local original artists in the area that are songwriters and musicians. And on any given day, we kind of all roll in there, and you can find each other hanging out there, especially on the weekends. Great music. It's really become a bit of the heartbeat of the new music scene of Asbury Park. Danny's contribution to the scene has been really immeasurable. He's terrific, and also bringing in that concept of multimedia, not just music, but visual art, photography, and all those other things that kind of come with rock and roll, with music scene. You know, it's great. It's great to have a great photographer around when you're rocking, right? You want that guy, right?
Yeah.
You want someone taking that picture. So I have so much excitement, really, for the current state of the music community in Asbury Park. I think it's really terrific. I think there's going to be a lot of great opportunities for talented professional young artists as Asbury continues to grow. I think that it's only a benefit to the artist community.
They finally put the game things down and are learning some instruments and learn how to play them. get out there and enjoy, you know, writing and singing. That's what it's all about, writing and singing. I mean, if you can't sing, it doesn't matter. You just sing because you love to sing, right? You have a good time. And that's what it's all about. And you, what do you think of the Asbury scene now? You've been around.
Yeah, it's just growing. But like being here today and looking out at the people, they're part of it.
Right. Well,
That's
they're
what's
everything.
making
all
it.
of it.
Everybody, you guys are everything to us. I mean,
You guys, if you keep doing what you're doing, it's got to grow.
right.
You know, we keep supporting what people are doing in the area. That's what's really important. That's what helps us as artists. Is when we look out here and we see people like yourselves supporting us and supporting the vision that you might have for the township, for the, you know, some place really you have to have.
But we're the music hub of Jersey, right? The Jersey Shore. I mean, there's no. I have people that go to Florida and other towns, and they go, "There's nothing like Asbury Park area, the Jersey Shore. There's nothing like it." I mean, you got places that have bars that have musicians, and they're great musicians. A lot of times they're retired guys that played all their life here, and we go down there and we get a guitar and, you know, play for tips. But the thing is there's nothing like this place. The feel, the whole aura of this town is just, and now it's bouncing back. It's just wonderful. So, and it's great to see all these young kids coming up and just doing great things with the music and the area. So, all right. What music has meant to you, or how has it changed your life?
How has it changed my life?
Or did it
That's a
change your
very
life
good
because
question.
you've been doing it all your life, right?
Yeah, but you still have ups and downs in everything that you do.
Right.
And I've been so blessed to bounce back from some of the life issues that you might occur along the road or your journey to wherever you're going. So I look at it as a blessing. Me being here today, you know, going through cancer, drugs, alcohol, strokes and stuff like that, you know. So I'm so honored to be able to do what God has put into me to do. And,
We're glad to have you. I can tell you that, man. That's for sure. I will never sing Mustang Sally again. I'll tell you that.
So it's been an honor to be able to do. Once you lose your focus, anything can happen. But I found out if you get your focus back and continue to try to do what God has put inside of you to do, we all have a gift. So we have to express our gift. You know, and I believe once we get our head on straight, get a vision and keep the vision, anything can happen. Anything's possible. You know, the word says anything's possible with God, and I believe that. See, because once you've been through something, you can forge it, you can proclaim it, you can speak it. If you haven't been through anything, it's kind of hard to tell somebody.
Right.
You know, so you got to go through some things. In life, you're going to go through something. It's how you come out on the other side. So I'm just so blessed to be here.
You're on top, man. So
No,
you're doing good.
No, not
Listen,
on top. I'm still
in
starting.
our eyes, right? Everybody.
Thank you, man. I'm still starting.